Hello everybody, this is Jacques Gaines, and I'm here to talk to you about the Visico 5 TTL Mark II battery-powered flash. I'll first get into the features of the flash and then talk about how I used it in a practical sense and how it went, so stay tuned. So here are some of the specs that I thought were interesting about this flash. The output range on this flash is 400 watts. The control range of it is 1/128 to 1/1, which is just fantastic. And the LED modeling lamp, which I thought was cool, is 13 watts. You'll find out that when you deal with lithium powered studio flashes, sometimes the modeling lamp is just not strong enough, but this one is a cool 13 watts. The color temperature of this flash is 5600, and the flash duration is 1/650th to 1/10,000th. That's really great. It offers TTL mode, manual mode, and multi. It also offers stroboscopic flash, which can go up to 20 flashes at a frequency of 30 hertz. Now your increments are 1/3 increments in TTL mode. You have high speed sync to 1/8000th of a second, which is so cool when you're going to be shooting outside. You're going to want to kill that sun and you'll be able to do it with this flash. And by the way, that high speed sync is also available in first and second curtain sync. Now for wireless, you have channels 1 to 8. Also, it has 3 groups, A, B, and C. So you can use this thing in a lot of different types of configurations. The capacity of the battery is 6,000 milliamp hours, which is really good. And I'm quite surprised you can pack that in such a little battery. Now you have a sync port if you want to actually sync this thing via wire, but you can do mostly everything via wireless, and it also weighs 1,850 grams, which is almost 2 kilograms. Now, when you're talking lithium powered battery flash, that's not a lot. So it's pretty darn good for the size and the power that you're going to get out of this flash unit. So there you go for the specs. So what makes this flash stand out? Well, Visico markets this battery-powered flash as an outdoor photography flash because of its large capacity battery. At 400 watts, I believe that 6,000 milliamp hours is plenty for the whole day, even in high demand. So the features that make this flash able to actually hold the name of outdoor studio flash is the fact that there are no plugs for power. It's 400 watts output when you actually use the flash, so you got the light when you need it. It weighs under 2 kilograms, which is really good to consider. And ergonomically, it actually has a handle at the bottom, and they thought of assistance and the fact that a lot of times your assistant is holding the flash in their hands instead of using a stand, especially when you're doing wedding photography outside. Now these flashes are like Speedlites on steroids. They offer the convenience of Speedlites mobility without the inconvenience. In my experience, small Speedlite flashes always have power issues. They're not reliable for trigger from a distance. They suffer for output power. You're always changing batteries in those stupid things. I mean, you're using double A's. You can't use that on a professional shoot. So the Visico 5 TTLs definitely excel where all Speedlite solutions fail. Now, before I get into the specific experience and general impressions I had with the Visico 5 TTL flash, I just wanted to say that it delivers well-implemented features. Now, what they claim on the box that the flash does and what it actually does, they match. Everything pretty well works. And although I use Fuji equipment, I was equipped with the Canon remote trigger. So when testing the flash system, I had to use my Canon G5X, and it worked perfectly for high-speed sync. It was flawless, and TTL also worked like a charm. So let's talk a tiny bit about my experiences with this flash system. Now, although Visico named this camera a wireless location shooting flash, I used it in a studio just because I love the convenience. As I told one of the specialists at Visico, it could be argued that a studio environment is a location. I truly believe that we can enjoy the conveniences of wireless flash anywhere. I mean, it's just such a bonus. Any detail that you can take out of your shooting experience in studio when you don't have an assistant, take it. So if you find that wires are a complication, which I do with extensions and all that stuff, it's kind of cool to have a flash system that you can just move around and you know it's going to be working when you place it in the right spot. And I am my assistant, so that's the way it works for me. So I worked with a makeup artist, two models, Laurence and Anne-Claire, and we did sort of a glamour photo shoot. I also worked with a great makeup artist. I'll leave links in the description below. But while I show you the images of the behind the scenes, I just wanted to talk to you about my impressions of the flash system. I used two 5 TTLs with one trigger, and I loved the whole experience. The pilot lamp was fantastic, and as I said before, the lithium powered flashes often have very, very weak pilot light lamps, and it's not a lot of fun because I really do use the pilot lamp to decide where I'm going to use the flash. They aren't heavy, which was really great. The light consistency was amazing, which you'll be seeing in the slideshow pretty soon. Triggering at a distance was flawless. Everything worked with the trigger that Visico offers. You are gonna be doing well. It's really kind of cool. They're easy to handle. The features are very simple, very straightforward. Anyone who's worked with Neewer or Godox, you are gonna be really in shape with this thing. And what's really cool is that it's future proof because it does have a USB update possibility. You can change the firmware as time goes on. So kind of cool for that. So without further ado, what I think I'm going to do is show you some of the images that came out of this photo shoot using these flashes in the studio. There you go. I hope you liked that slideshow. That was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on that photo shoot. It was relaxed. It was just before Christmas, and it was great. It was cool. So who is this flash system for? Well, what I would tell you is anyone like myself who has a flash system that's plugged in at 400 watts. I have two Godox 400 watt flash systems. Get rid of them and buy this. If you are someone who is very flexible in the type of shoots you do. If you go out and do location shoots, you do wedding shoots, you're gonna have a lot of fun with these flashes. They're gonna do the job, and it's not gonna be that heavy to bring them out. And you can bring them into the studio and use them for studio work as well. So, you know, you're minimizing the amount of kit and gear you have. So that broadens the spectrum to a lot of people who can buy this system and use it. You can grow with it, use it in the small sense, buy just one flash unit, use it, see how it goes, and then get a second because they trig and they can communicate between each other really, 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 really good. And I think the only people that I would say, well, maybe this isn't the flash system for you, are people who are doing extreme, strong commercial work where you have to take shots a lot. not, then, you know, it doesn't make any sense. You're probably best to go for something with a battery pack at $10,000 or something like that, some sort of pro photo setup. But if any of you are people who work with plugged flash, this might be a great kit. Prices are pretty good on this stuff, and you can replace the kit you have now and have a lot of convenience of having a flash system that you can go inside and outside at the drop of a hat. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe. If you have any Visico equipment, because they're a relatively new company and you like what they do, or you want to talk about your impressions of the equipment that you bought from them, just let me know below. Make the comments, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget, everybody, keep on making something from nothing.